Hi and welcome. I'm Rob Scott from UC Today News, and in this session, I'm talking to Mark Bernell, Chief Operating Officer from New Wave, and Jim McGary, Head of Global Distribution for Zoom. And today we're going to be addressing the top multi-UC challenges in Zoom phone environments. So stand by for a great session, packed with advice on how you can streamline your operational processes and win big with Zoom Phone. So welcome, Mark and Jim. How's it going?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, doing great, Rob. Excited to be here today.
Yeah, good to see you both. And I suppose by way of an introduction, trying to get this video going, first of all, Mark, how are New Wave and Zoom working together, and what are the value drivers for partners and customers, working through this channel?
Yeah, we have a great relationship and partnership with Zoom. We're trying to integrate with every aspect of the business, from a distribution to, Zoom Phone, BYOC rollouts and everything else, really making sure that process for partners is seamless from an onboarding perspective, having a practice to be able to do, every single thing that's required from a customer standpoint and being able to support those customers. And we're really excited to be partners with Zoom.
Great. And Jim?
Yeah, Mark said it best, right? I think the partnership between New Wave and Zoom is exciting. And candidly, we always look at it internally as revolutionary to what the business is going to continue to deliver with what iPilot has been built and what New Wave has been built for to do. This distribution agreement that we have between New Wave, Zoom, and then our partners that continue to purchase through the way that New Wave is going to market with us, it really expands the reach of a global carrier network that can allow us to give that BYOC opportunity to go sell Zoom to the masses, right? I believe there's 130 countries that this gives us access to selling it to directly with the New Wave team. And it's exciting that the tool can empower those users to go quote, to go order, and to go provision Zoom licenses right on that same New Wave account. So to say that we are excited is an understatement, and we expect explosive growth to continue to build with this partnership.
Great. And Mark, how does all this kind of work from your perspective, and talking, especially, I suppose, in a migration scenario, how are you helping partners and customers, ultimately reduce complexity and add that value back in?
Well, that's exactly what we do is we take all the complex and we hide that behind the scenes and we make a really simple interface. We've talked about it, many times in the past where, iPilot is really paving the way of a whole new segment of the industry, and it's for mass adoption, it's for scale, it's for simplicity, and to be able to have one person that really doesn't have any voice experience at all that can take somebody through the entire life cycle and be able to provision licenses, do quoting, do POs, to be able to add licenses to your account, to then order services and manage your phone system directly. To be able to go through and do porting and device procurement and assignment. And, you really have the ability to take one person and basically, allow them to have, say, 10 or 15 different jobs, without them really even knowing it. And so when we look at our partners and wanting them to have scale and wanting them to be able to turn up, customers without any really direction at all, we have full training and support inside the platform. But it's really making the complex simple is the key piece of it, so that they don't have any questions as far as how they move forward and how they manage their entire phone system.
And in terms of multi-UC, from New Wave's perspective, and I know we're starting to pick up on this more and more this year. This kind of multi-UC challenge is really happening right now. There's a lot of organizations with Zoom, but have a bit of Microsoft Teams or Webex or something like that. What are you seeing from your perspective?
Well, we're seeing that a lot. You see it from an enterprise perspective where a certain site will really like the Zoom experience, and you'll have some others that are moving from Webex, or they have Webex on-prem or something like that. And so we're starting to see that more and more, and especially in the M&A side, where a company will go start buying a bunch of other systems and whatnot. And so, we've been able to then combine all of those into one, so that the experience is the same. But being able to, do other things like, migrations off of on-prem to Zoom, People really love the Zoom interface and the Zoom experience. And when you have things like AI companion and whatnot that come for free, with the service to be able to, set up and summarize your meetings and whatnot. I mean, those are powerful features that really people like. And so we want to really empower, the Zoom phone experience to be able to have all of those things. And to be able to do it simply in that environment and combine the phone systems together, migrate off to Zoom. All of those features exist inside of iPilot to make it simple.
Jim, any thoughts?
Yeah, I have a ton from everything that Mark just said, and he's right. I mean, I think when we look at the strategy that we're building with New Wave and iPilot, workflow automation has to be the pillar that we stand on, right? The ability to make this easy for not just the customers to get integrated into Zoom through this platform, but also for our partners. I think we are enhancing a level of automation together in the way that which we are building this out with the New Wave partnership that is truly changing the way that the industry is going to continue to look at how we go to market in these types of environments, whether it be multi-UC or, my preference, all Zoom. But we're realistic, right? Like, we recognize that this scale, that this platform really gives us that ability to grow with the way that we're going to go do that. The thing that has made this hard for UC vendors in the past is the ability to handle the taxation of what the telco routing looks like, if we're being totally honest. And I think that the way that we have set this up with New Wave, what iPilot delivers for those partners, is the ability to kind of remove that roadblock that used to be there. That used to be a hurdle that was hard for us to get past. But it's no longer a hurdle as we deploy iPilot and Zoom together inside of those platforms. So that's exciting. And then the last part that Mark made, he is absolutely accurate. The timing for this conversation is great. We just announced the Zoom workspace with the AI companion being the thread that ties all things Zoom together, from conversations and chats and emails to documents, that we can now start incorporating that AI companion into everything that we do and really start delivering for no added cost, a truly valuable AI companion solution that takes that federated approach that really customers want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And Mark, I mean, in terms of multi-UC, obviously you're seeing a lot of, Zoom platform, customers and platform users needing to be switched and migrated and that kind of thing. What admin features specifically have you developed on the iPilot platform to kind of make life easier for partners?
So we have the ability. I mean, we do all the really intricate features. For being able to operate the migrations, to be able to combine them. If you're doing extension dialing and you have an on-premise system, say an Avaya or an old Cisco system, and you're trying to migrate to Zoom, we have all those migration tools. If you're doing extension dialing and you want the SIP trunks to extension dial the Zoom users, all of those types of features are supported. Being able to combine them all into one phone system so they have on-net calling, between, all the platforms. I mean, there's a lot of really cool, interesting things that we can do, and we can stitch in all the global coverage of others, right? So we talked about this in the past where, if you're a US-based customer and you want to get services from some other carrier, inside of our platform to round out your Zoom experience and mix and match different carriers and bring in different trunks, from them, iPilot allows you to manage that as a partner and as a customer, to be able to, stay in one platform. No matter if you have 10 or 20 different carriers, you still get to bring them all together for that experience. And so it's those carrier functions and partner functions that really set us apart, to where you don't have to go outside of iPilot to manage your entire environment, right? No matter who it is. And if you want to add things like SMS and call recording and all the other features, if you want to transfer from contact centers to your Zoom users, again, all of it is contained within iPilot, so that the customer has the convenience of not ever having to leave to do anything voice for Zoom phone. Any
thoughts on that, Jim?
We geek out with this stuff all the time, Mark and I, because it is exciting. It's the vision and the strategy that New Wave and what they've built with iPilot have put together. fits perfectly into the way that we are growing and expanding in the Zoom routes to market as we expand our reach globally with all products and obviously the platform, which includes Zoom Phone. I think the most exciting piece of this is now that we have the ability for New Wave to sell those licenses globally, not just the carriers that they're going to continue to work with that will continue to be onboarded and sell Zoom licenses in their regions, but now we're going to have an easy reach and approach for multinational organizations that want to buy through the partners themselves, and that's going to really start elevating the way that we go to market together. So it's exciting.
Well, it really sounds like we're opening up some new opportunities here for partners. I mean, in terms of opportunities, let's just recap. Mark, just take us through what you see as the kind of big value drivers here. What's going to have the biggest impact for partners going forward, and what can they expect from working with New Wave and Zoom together?
Well, I think that, from a partner perspective, right, it's the ability to have a standardized interface with all the things that you're going to need, with all the help and training, with AI infused into iPilot to help walk you through the different aspects of how do I turn up services, how do I get help, how do I put in tickets, all of those things, right, that you can do voice activation for any of it. You can talk to the system and, have it do what you want it to do. So some really cool features and functions, but at the basis, right, it helps to have a great platform like what we have, but also having the team right behind it from both Zoom and from New Wave. The team behind it is what makes everything work. And so from a partner coming in, being able to understand what our value proposition is and then go through our partner enablement program, which is a white glove. We're going to walk you through every aspect of getting onboarded, getting your people up to speed so that you can support your end user customers, video, audio, text, kind of training that are purpose built to make your life simple, to get you up to speed with not only selling Zoom Phone, but selling Zoom Phone with iPilot, because iPilot becomes the partner's best sales tool for onboarding, customers and whatnot. So once customers see that, see iPilot and what it can do, they just have to have it, right? So it doesn't really become about price and things. Obviously, price is an issue, but it doesn't become material in the discussion when they understand the value of what they get with iPilot. And so, like I said, we are paving the way. We've created our own segment in the market. And we are the ones that know how to get partners onboarded and successful.
Yeah, and I think that time to market is really, really important nowadays, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Jim, anything to add there?
Yeah, it was spot on. Mark said it perfectly there. And we feel the same way when customers and partners see the iPilot experience. That is usually exactly what it is. That they need to have it. They want to have it. How do we go do that? And it's perfect and serendipitous because we feel the exact same way when someone gets their hands on the Zoom platform and the client to see all that it can do to elevate and change their business. So it's a perfect timing of both worlds coming together to create truly an incredible end user experience, an incredibly powerful partner experience that is going to lead to enormous growth for both organizations. So we're truly excited about it.
Fantastic. Well, today's episode is the second in a 3-part series where we're delving into the multi-UC topic. We've already covered Microsoft Teams in episode 1, and coming up in episode 3, we're going to be covering Webex by Cisco. So all 3 leading platforms, of which are all available through New Wave and its iPilot platform. So we're going to put some links in the descriptions to those other episodes as well. So Mark, for anyone interested in connecting with New Wave, what's the best way to get in touch?
You can reach out to us at sales@newwave.com and come check out our new website, launching here in the next couple of days. So we're really excited about that. And, so come see us at newwave.com as well.
Well, we look forward to that. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today. Mark and Jim, it's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Rob. It's great.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And thanks to everyone for tuning in. If you've got some good takeaways from today's session, do give us a quick mention on social and subscribe to our channel for more industry news and insights. I'm Rob Scott from UC Today. Thanks for watching.